Ihre Fragen bitte an all die 6 Athleten und Trainer hier oben auf dem Podium.
Hi, it's a question for James. You talked about rolling on the success from Barcelona into Eindhoven and Berlin. How much of a confidence booster was it getting the 100-metre final in Barcelona?
Yeah, I think it was a massive rebuilding phase for me over the past 12 months since the Olympics, and that race meant a lot to me. Not necessarily the time, but the result. And you know, following on from that in Eindhoven, that was another massive confidence boost, being able to get my first international short course win, so I'd really love to continue that here in Berlin.
Question for Bob. Michael Phelps said that you'll make Yannick even faster than he is now, and that he is kind of curious if Yannick can be as fast as he thinks he can be. So what do you think? What can we expect from Yannick in the future?
Well, I don't know, you'll have to ask him. I think he can certainly improve. There are plenty of areas where he can do things that I think can improve his stroke, improve his training. He needs to work on kicking. He needs to learn how to do things underwater off the walls besides kind of just float up. So there are some things he could definitely do to get better, and I'm looking forward to working on them.
So Yannick, what's your ultimate goal? I mean, I read about the triple in Rio, is that true?
I keep it secret. Well, that can be a lot of things, but first of all, I like to train really well there. It's got to be like a new experience. I went there for like a month and a half, so it's not enough to just experience the whole thing, so we'll see.
But can you already say what is better in the US than it has been in France?
Well, I think the most important change is the state of mind. It's just the American spirit, you know, like we're doing like an individual sport, but it's like some kind of team spirit that just helps you getting better and improve yourself and wanting to help others too. I really think that's a pretty cool way of thinking sport, and that's kind of my philosophy about it.
Sind noch was? Ja.
Question to all athletes. As the trainer said, how fast the pool in Berlin is. What do you think, if you should bet, how many world records will be broken on Sunday evening?
I'm not personally aiming for any world records over these guys. Maybe Katinka and Chad can break a few more for us.
Yeah, that's the point. You have to ask Katinka.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna break any world record, so I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 more.
Sind noch weitere Fragen?
Question for Sarah. Sweden was dreaming of you as the golden girl in London. How did you get up to succeed in Barcelona?
Changed my training. Before I was training alone for 4 or 5 years, but now I get into a program in Stockholm, so I was not training alone anymore. I was training with 5 other guys, so that's the big change.
5 other men? Guys?
Sorry?
Female?
Guys.
Okay, so who's faster?
The guys are still faster, but I'm trying to catch them.
Noch weitere Fragen? More questions? Ja.
I have a question to Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman, the German Swimming Federation did not compete so well in these championships and also in the Olympics. What do you think? Could you give them an advice? What should they make better, or what do you think what should be done now, from your point of view?
Please do that.
To be perfectly honest, I have no idea about anything that occurred in their preparation, so I'm not qualified to make any kind of observation on their performance. But I think as a coach, whenever things don't go well, the first place I look is at me, and then I try to figure out the things that I could have done better. Maybe the program could have been put together better. We could have had a different competition schedule. There are any number of changes that you can make in your swimming program that'll get different results. And I just think it requires an objective analysis of what went on. And I'm sure the coaches are doing that.
Vielleicht kann ja Henning Lambertz dazu auch noch 2, 3 Worte sagen.
Ja, absolut richtig. Also das, was er jetzt gesagt hat. Wir müssen uns natürlich alle hinterfragen, ob das, was wir gemacht haben, ausreichend war. Offensichtlich nicht. Und da muss man natürlich Veränderungen herbeiführen. Und wo genau die liegen und welche das sein können, ob das eine Veränderung im Wettkampfkalender ist, ob das eine Veränderung in den Trainingssessions ist, das muss man hinterher herausfinden. Genau.
Noch weitere Fragen? Ja.
Question for all the swimmers. How would you define the atmosphere of this World Cup, of this competition, especially after all the pressure at the World Championships?
I think it's a lot more relaxed than the World Championships. Everyone is a lot more friendly with each other and seems to be enjoying themselves, and I think that creates a fast environment for swimming. Everyone's taken a lot of the pressure off with their results from the World Championships, so they're a bit more free and able to try different things in racing, and as a result I think everyone is swimming really quickly.
Well, I think that's a fast environment, right? Because we also dive from 50 meters to 25 meters, and that's a relief sometimes for lots of swimmers.
I am a timetable or a schedule question. Do you intend to go on at one of the future World Cup meets in the next clusters? And so somebody going to Tokyo or to Beijing or to Doha, or any plans to enjoy life out there, or is this your only cluster?
No, this will be my last short course meet for the year. We'll go back into a long course preparation for the Commonwealth Games next year.
I will try to do all the World Cups this season, because I just finished high school and now I just want to travel and see the world.
Ask Bob.
I think this is it. This will be it.
Yeah, I'm just doing Berlin and then that's it.
I have a further question to Yannick. You've made big races with Paul Biedermann, beginning with 2010 when you succeeded in Budapest. What do you think about his comeback after his break? Do you think it should be fine? Do you think he will have difficulties? Do you have contact with him? What's your opinion on that?
I don't have that much contact with him, but I've heard that he had like a bad pneumonia or something this year, or something like that. I hope like he's doing well and that he's getting to train again soon. I'm sure he can do something well. He's a great champion, and that never dies inside of you.
Do we have more questions?
Just about the next year's long course season, we all know that our European swimmers will come back here in Berlin. We have the long course European Championships next year here. But James, tell us about the importance of Commonwealth Games, because in our countries we don't know that well what this means. How important is it, and where and when is it, please?
So it's in Glasgow around August next year, and I think it's a really important meet for Australia in particular. Obviously the Commonwealth isn't as tough as the Olympic Games for us, but we take a lot of pride in the Commonwealth Games, and we're often very successful in the swimming. So it's an important preparation for us, and it's a great meet for us to have to link the World Championships and the Olympics through that 4 years. And then after the Commonwealth Games we have the Pan-Pacific Championships in Australia, where we'll be racing America, Brazil, Japan, and a number of other Pacific countries.
Yes, you answered already to my second question, it was directly to Bob. What is the highlight of the international season next year for USA?
The highlight will definitely be the Pan-Pacific Championships, And that's part of a two-meet process by which we select our World Championship team for 2015. So the way that they compete and perform in both our trials and then the PAM Packs, which are about 3 weeks later, are very, very important to the next year's preparation. So we take it very seriously.
Can you give the date and the place of this event?
Yes, our trials are going to be August 6th in Irvine, California, and then the Pan Packs will be, I believe, the 21st, something like that, in on Gold Coast, Australia. So we have them within about 3 weeks.
It's Australia. Okay.
So we are talking about the Commonwealth Games. To the European athletes, what's your goal in the next year? The Europeans here in Berlin?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna go home and speak to my coach about that.
Good answer.
Ja, für mich ist auf jeden Fall das Ziel Europameisterschaft nächsten Jahr im eigenen Lande.
I think we'll figure it out with Bob too.
Okay. Do we have more questions? Sind noch weitere Fragen? Wenn dies nicht der Fall ist, dann sagen wir Danke für Ihr Kommen hier. Wir bedanken uns bei den Athleten. Thank you very much for coming here after this long trip from Eindhoven here to Berlin. Have a nice rest. I think you are going to swim a little bit, and good luck at the weekend in the pool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.